Bitcoin has just hit almost 80K, and I want to show you what the market's going to look like for today, how to trade it, and also how does the altcoin works. There's a lot of money flow coming to the altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin, and others that I want to talk about it, discuss it in this video. So stay with me and let's go to the charts. First off, we've been stuck in this range forever, for about 2 months now, for 63 days. And right now, this is what we talked about. The beauty of this is that we've been together during the entire range, and we've had a lot of videos, daily updates of how it's going to look like and where to buy it and how to hold it for futures. If you remember, we talked about the Bitcoin, we talked about Dogecoin. You can see the drawings on my chart. I've been killing myself here just to show you other examples of how it's going to go up. You see, I've circled everything for you. There are a lot of videos you can watch that I've circled it for you. We are almost at our first target. So even here, we talked about it. Right now, I'm in the 3-day of time frame of Dogecoin, and you can see that we went from 69 from the 6.9 cents all the way to the 8 cents and 85 actually. So that's a very huge. That's like let me see. It's over 22% of bullish, but that's not enough. That's not just it. We have just started, okay? Let's see how it's gonna look like for now. First off, I'm gonna start with Bitcoin. Let's see how the entire market direction works. Well, what we can see here on the weekly time frame, and if we can close anywhere around here, we can see that we have started this big candle. This candle, the green candle that you can see here, this is the result of a huge liquidation before that. So there was a huge support here. As you can see, we've had a few weeks that we accumulated a lot of liquidity. So this accumulation, this is what's important. What I mean by this is that if we had a candle without any reasons, let's say we had a news and a candle came up, something like this big red candle, you can see that. So before that, there was no liquidation, there was no ranging, there was no distribution. If we had a lot of range here, so you can see the price went up all the way up here, and then from here it went down. But after this big red candle, there was no cause to this red candle. There was no distribution. There was nothing that shows this is going to go further lower. It doesn't show anything about the sellers that are going to push it back lower, okay? But this is quite the opposite for our current bullish momentum. Right now, we can see that this bullish candle, we have an actual cause. We have a lot of accumulation from the buyers. The buyers, they have been accumulating, and there was no strength from the sellers. But they could push the price high. They could push the price all the way up to here, and we have to wait. If we can close the weekly in 2 days, less than 2 days also, at about the above 74K. So this will be my, let me draw this for you so you have a better understanding here. This is a great support here. Anywhere around, by the way, I'm in the BTC USD, not BTC USDT, okay? I'm on BTC USD on the Bits map. And if we can close anywhere above 74K, then there's a good chance that the next week is also going to be green, and we are going to aim for more long positions from here. All right, there's always a pullback, but we can aim for higher. But what we can see here is that this green candle, there was a good cause behind it. Although there is one issue, there was not much of volume, which is a little bit concerning. I'm going to discuss this in a short. As you can see, the volume, it was not as much as we expected. Everyone's happy, there's a euphoria here, but as you can see, for any of these long positions, we've had much higher than this. Even from here, as you can see, the accumulation, there was a lot of green volume here, but for here, as you can see, it's not as big as it was supposed to be, but it's fine. We still have time. There still can be more accumulation. There can be a range here, and then we can go move up. But one of the more important thing is that it doesn't mean that we are going to 100K right away. No, do not get FOMO, all right? What we can see, we've had this also before. Let me show you this. Here in 2023, one of the things that we experienced was a similar It was a similar experience that we've had before. So the price went down. We had a big candle. We had the same, more or less the same, at 20%. So let me check this. It's also about, I think it should be about 20%. Yeah, 23, 24, 5, 25%. And we had the same thing. So from here, the week before, all the way here, 26%. We had this 20% candle. And from here, as you can see, we made a bit of range here. We made a bit of distribution, some ranging here. And from here, then we went all the way down. We had another big candle that closed below this. So do not get FOMO, do not aim for 100K. I'm not saying we're gonna get there. It's just that this is not a good price. We talked about the good prices. We talked about the good entries, and you had your chance to buy it, not today. What we can see here is that there was a lot of range here, and then from here we went all the way down. We went all the way down here, and from there was now enough fuel. It could gather more and enough fuel, so it made one W here, and from this W, which is also the double bottom, we talked about double bottom a lot, how important and how good it can work, and from here we went all the way top. So you haven't missed anything, to be honest. In my opinion, at least, you haven't missed anything. We haven't started even yet, and the market doesn't work this way. I mean, the market doesn't just go all the way up, all right? It does, but it needs more liquidation. Also, from the weekly perspective, as you can see, let me get rid of these drawings here. From the weekly perspective, you can see that we are stuck within this order block. Let me draw this for you so you have a better understanding. From before, if you remember, I've already drew this for you, this line, the 79K. We touched it exactly on that point and we went back. But what we have here, we have this, where is my order block? So we have this order block here, this order block, the beautiful order block we have here. Unless we can break above it, we're not gonna go up higher, all right? I'm not saying we're not gonna go higher. Are we gonna go to the 100K in one candle? Yeah, even in a 1 minute candle. There's nothing, crypto is crazy, right? You can't say that there's nothing that can be undone. But what's more probable is that we have all these steps here. We have this resistance here, we have this resistance here. So if we can break above 83K or even above 83K, if we can go above 83K, the next target is going to be 90K. These are the things that you must understand before making any decisions. But unless we can break above this resistance, the 90K is not. And then just imagine how many more other resistance we have on our way towards the 100K. So it's not that easy. Do not get FOMO. There's still time that you can prepare yourself and you can do better, but just wait for it for more time. Let me go to the lower time frames. And the daily time frames, we also have the same thing. So again, I drew this. We have this. You can see there's a lot of liquidity. We've been stuck in this. Actually, we were stuck in this box for about what do we have here? About 12 days. Yeah, so about 2 weeks we were just inside this box. So if you're a scalper, this is a great news for you. If we can get inside this box, then there's a good chance that we may get stuck here for a few days. If not, it's fine. We will be bouncing all the way from here to here. We will be bouncing here up until we make a decision if we want to go lower or if we want to go higher. All right, so very simple. It's time for us scalpers to start what we're good at, and from what we're good at, we have to identify the key levels. How do we identify the key levels? Before we've had this, as you can see here, we've had this liquidity zone here. We can see that we can also get inside it, and we have to wait and see from which part. Well, first of all, we have all these liquidities. You can go ahead a bit lower in lower time frames, and you can find more places to buy. For example, we have here this nice beautiful candle here. You can trade it here. I'm going to extend it to right. We have this one, the other one. We have a lot of other candles. We have a lot of positions. I'm not going to get into it because I have a lot of things to discuss with you today. but we have a lot of liquidity here. It's not like before. If you remember what we talked about, these candles here, these candles, they are going to, if we go down sharp like this, then we are going to go up sharp the same way, okay? But we haven't touched this zone in the current move, in the current bullish move. As you can see, the price has just gone up, but right now it got rejected at our order block, and there's a good chance that if we either gonna close inside the order block, that we are going to trade in between here. So it's going to be trading between here, or if not, we will bounce back, which I think it's more probable if we bounce back and if we trade here. So this is the more important part, but we have to wait and see in which one of these order blocks we're going to get stuck. All right, so this is, again, I talked about it. Do not get FOMO to buy or long anything. We are at a support, we are at a resistance. So the best case you can get here is just 5-6% of the move, okay? The best case that you can get, and probably not, but it would be the best case. It doesn't worth it. Just wait and see what structure we're gonna have next, okay? This is not a structure, this is just a spike. After a spike, we have a structure. We have higher highs, we have higher lows, we have lower highs, anything, all right? Any structure that we make, then based on that, we can make a decision if we're gonna go higher or if we're gonna go lower, or if we're gonna make long positions or short positions. So as of now, we're just gonna wait and see which one of these levels gonna hit. And above 82k, 90k is accessible, but again, still we have a lot of liquidity here. There's a lot of range here, so we gotta wait. Also, important part is that we are still in downtrend. Remember that in the higher time frame, in the daily or in weekly, you can see that we haven't broken anything yet. We are still ranging here, so there is a good chance that even all of this can turn into something like this. Let me change the visibility here. So there is a good chance that we can see a head and shoulder here. Okay, we had our shoulder, the left shoulder, we have the neck here, the head here, and this might be our head. This might be our neck here, or even it can be all the way from here, and from here we can go up. Okay, we've had this before. I showed this to you in the beginning of the video. So the move can also make one range like this, so we can have a few ranges here, and then from here, let me get rid of it. Let me draw this again. So there is also a good chance that we've had this. We're gonna have some range here. From here we can go down, and then from here we can go up. All right, all the way to 100k. Again, we're not gonna stop at this resistance. We're just gonna go all the way to the 100k or 105. So this is the vision. This is something, again, it's just a schema. It's not what it's gonna happen, but we have to wait and see. How should I make sure this is gonna happen? How can I make good assumptions out of it? The way we do is to wait for 4-hour time frame structures. On 4-hour time frame, if we see that we got stuck here, then that's good for us as scalpers, right? We are just going to do our long and short positions within this zone here that we have within this zone. And from there, if we see a weakness, for example, a lot of shadows coming inside this box, just shadows and not a closed body. If we can see some shadows coming inside this white box here, then we know that there is a weakness in time frame, and there's a good chance that if we make something like this, a structure, a lower low or a lower high, then we can aim for lower. Then we can aim for, again, the 65, 66k. All right, these are also still on our radar, so don't forget about it. Do not get FOMO and do not be biased towards any price. If we want to go higher, we have to close above 82k. So remember, the zones are important for us. But for now, we have to wait and see what's gonna be next. Also, we have a similar setup on the dominance of Tether, which is very interesting, very exciting. On dominance of Tether, let me show you my chart. On the daily time frame, we can see that we hit the bottom. We hit an absolute bottom here, and from here we have one huge order block on dominance of Tether that we hit it right away, and from here you can see that the supply zones and our supply and demand zones are in place, and we can trade it within this box. All right, I'm not gonna get into it a lot because Bitcoin was more or less the same, just in reverse. So but we know that there's a huge order block here. There's a huge liquidity zone here. Also, this one is important. This is another important part. So we are going to be bouncing around this part. All right, let me go to our altcoins and see how our altcoins work. I've talked about Dogecoin a million times. All right, this is my favorite coin. I know that it's going to outperform many other coins this cycle, but still, again, in higher time frames, we haven't made anything. So we have this high here, we have this high, and right now we are trying to make the next high. Remember, this is also another high. So if we can break anywhere above 9 cents, then we know that the next target is going to be our 11 cents. So wait for it. We are at a huge resistance here. This is a strong resistance. So if we can go back, there is a good chance that we can go back, but we have to wait for it and see the reaction. This is how it works. We get the bottom, we have to buy at the bottom, and then we sell at the top. Do not buy right now. This is not a good place to buy. As you can see, we are at the resistance. We have to wait and see how it works. The same thing goes for Ethereum. In yesterday's video, I talked about Ethereum. I said that this will be our first target, and then I talked about the lines here that you see. We were about here. We said that I talked about it even in lower time frames, how we have to trade it, how we have to wait for it. The same for Floki and other altcoins. If you remember, this is the place that we talked about in yesterday's video. What we talked about was that if you missed a move here, there's a good chance that the price, we were about here, the price pulls back to here. Once we have a pullback, then from here and we close above it, then from here we can open our long position, and you can see it has actually exploded. This is beautiful. This is absolutely a masterpiece. The same thing for XRP and the rest. So you see that on XRP, I've also drawn this the same thing. Once we close below this, inside it, above it, we could actually open our long position. But right now, it's getting a little bit tired. There's also a good time to rest. On Solana, we have the same thing. We are inside a channel. So if you take a good look at this channel, let me draw this for you. So we have this channel here. We hit the top of this channel, and from here, there's a good chance that we can wait. There's also one final resistance here on daily time frame that at about 94, but we are more or less there. We're still not absolutely bullish unless we close above 98. So there's still time. Do not get FOMO. We still have time. We can still go higher. We can still go lower, but it would give us a good entry points before buying. All right. Okay, this was all the markets updates that I needed to talk to you about. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to talk about one more important thing, and it's going to be about how to make money in scalping. All right, I'm gonna show you and give you the exact zones, and also how to find those zones, the prices or the areas of the trading that are best for trading. If you're already a trader, if you know how to trade with Fibonacci, and if you have a few knowledge about the trend lines or how some orders work or some order blocks, I want to talk about it and to tell you how to make money, because I know many of you have lost a lot of money. I know many of you knew about this, you know how it works, you know better than me how the entire market's or the structures work, but you still got liquidated. So I want to talk about this, and I want to show you how and where to make trade. So I'm going to upload the video for tomorrow. Stay alert and just stay safe. Have a good day.